Hey Mitchell, it's Brandon. This is my second update to you regarding the second assignment, and just going to give you kind of an update of where I am with my toy and where I'm going right now with it. Right now, I am still pretty set on the buildable, expandable world toy, the World Builder, and I've started mocking it up and trying to figure out how this will really work when I bring it to a full scale. I started off by making some modules, some basic modules, square, circle, triangle, and trying to play with those and seeing how they bent, how they formed together, what played well together, what didn't. And I also started to think about what the idea behind it really was. I stand by that I want it to be about the play of geometric and organic forms and how we kind of view geometries today. Because like when I was growing up, we had things like Connects and Legos and erector sets that were about point, line, volume, and that taught us about how three-dimensional space was viewed at the time. However, now in this day and age, I feel like we've started to move past that because our ideas about three-dimensional modeling and space have actually advanced quite a lot. But we don't have anything that's tangible that can tangibly relate what we see on the screen to what could be reality, other than actually going out and like pouring concrete and trying to figure out those forms. So what I've started to explore is the idea of point, line, surface, volume, and then manipulation of surface and volume to make new structure or new form. And so that's where I started to go with it, keeping the idea of the original modules and structural pieces. So what I have right now is I started with those basic modules of square, triangle, circle. Then after talking with a couple people, we started to get at, okay, so what happens if we make it only one kind of module? What would that be? And at first I thought the triangle, because this whole thing seemed really connected to what I learned about piecework and Buckminster Fuller. So I went with the equilateral triangle for a little bit, but I wasn't convinced on the forms that it was making. So instead, I've now switched to the square for the module, because it's more manipulatable than the triangle is. The triangle is very sturdy and structured, but it doesn't allow for that play of form that I really think that this toy is about. So I've gone ahead and started making I made a series of paper squares, started figuring out how to sleeve the dowels in and how that would work. I busted open some magnets and started gluing them on to the end of the dowels to make for a quick, easy snapping structure. And then I really just started to push and pull the different forms, seeing how things could fold and bend and twist and see how that might manipulate each other. I then also made the decision to put a magnet in the center of each square module so that it makes for a nice stacking kind of organization, so that what I've been thinking about for the packaging is that the dowel pieces, or whatever those structural pieces, because I'm still thinking about something maybe slightly more bendy than a dowel, but those structural pieces would be able to snap together in a square formation, and then inside of that you could place the magnetized stack of what's now paper of the square modules, put them inside, and then you'd have maybe a metallic top and bottom to hold it all together, so it would just be one very nice, clean, structured box that's also the toy. So the packaging and the toy are kind of one and the same. And then those metallic top and bottom could also be a base. For the modules, I've been thinking about going away from paper and maybe start looking into go into full scale, start using fabrics, because the paper bends not quite right, and it tears a little too easily. So I'm going to maybe be looking either for a different kind of paper or maybe some kind of fabric to use instead. And so that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Over the weekend, I'm going to start full scale mocking up and construction. I guess from you, I'd like maybe just a little feedback see what you think of this so far, and if I might be on the right track, or if I'm not, what could I maybe alter? Is it maybe too similar to the toy right now? Does it need to change more? And does it maybe need to be, because right now I'm thinking maybe 2 foot for modules. Does it maybe need to be bigger? I don't know. So I'm just going to go ahead and start pretty much right after I'm done with this. I'm going to start trying to mock up full-scale construction of at least a couple modules and start sticking them together, especially once I find some decently sized magnets. So I hope all's well with you, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.